And why don't you tell us about what happened when you decided you were going to go out and look for some help for your grandmother?
I was taking most of the responsibility on my own because my grandmother recently broke her hip and we really didn't know anything about caregiving. So my brother took it amongst himself to get a referral, and that's how me and Miss Gloucester met via email. Well, we met via email first.
What did you generally need her for?
I provided a list to Miss Gloucester exactly what my expectations were, which is Exhibit A.
All right, so this is Defendant's Exhibit A, and it was basically for some time in the evenings and mornings.
Yes.
To do a checklist of items for your grandmother.
And I was very specific because I did have someone else prior, and me being new to it, it wasn't smooth, so I made sure I made it very clear of what I needed from Miss Gloucester and her company.
And the things that you needed, they ranged from preparing a light breakfast, which really doesn't require any medical training,
right,
to things like physical therapy and administering medications, a much more significant responsibility than simply scrambling some eggs.
Correct.
Ms. Gloucester, do you recall receiving this list?
I never visually saw it myself. We had a discussion over the phone on what, because caregiving is caregiving. It includes all ADLs, which is active daily living needs. Feeding, bathing, cleaning the area where the patient lives, maybe taking them out on a doctor's appointment, grocery shopping, everything you do in your daily life.
Okay, do you need any special certification or license to administer medication to an elderly person?
I'm sure you need a registered nursing license, or you can also be an LVN. Usually, if you don't have those licenses, you can give the medication, but the patient has to put it in their mouth.
Okay, did you understand that distinction?
I did.
And was that okay with you?
Yes, it was okay, except this was posted every day when her workers came in the home, where they signed their timesheet. It was posted on the board, so it was no.
So you're saying the list itself was right
every
there,
day.
Couldn't have missed it?
Yes.
So who were the individuals that you had performing these duties?
I had my daughter, and I was an advocate for Los Angeles Harbor College basketball team. So I was utilizing those girls to teach them community service work, which was caregiving, which they all still work with me. And then I had a couple of older women that assisted as well if it was like night care.
Okay, and what type of training did they receive on how to provide these services?
They worked side by side with me, which I'm pretty great at it. Probably like a month before they even went out. And I would say, we're gonna go to this house, I'm gonna show you what this particular client needs, and anything you don't know, they would video chat me or whatever it was, and we would do it over the phone or whatever.
Ms. Lathan, did you understand this was gonna be the arrangement in terms of who was providing the care?
Not necessarily. I did catch on throughout the duration of the care because I did see, like you mentioned before, that she was under 24-hour surveillance. And it was probably 3 or 4 girls, which is correct. They were younger women. But from my grandmother, I can't quote my grandmother, but she wasn't satisfied because they were a little timid about the care. They weren't comfortable.
But you weren't expecting a certified nurse. You understood that she was going to have some young, I'm sure bright, college-age women. Did you understand that, or
no,
did you
I was never brought that attention when my brother referred her.
Yeah, hold on one second. Yeah, go ahead.
It was just mentioned to me that my grandmother would receive caregiving services.
Do you disagree with that?
Your Honor, I disagree with that.
Yeah, please tell me.
There's the woman who referred me to the family. She was the one that kind of put it on my mind. She said, utilize the basketball girls. Keep them busy.
All right, so let me stop you right there. Ms. Lathan, did you expect them to be certified nursing assistants?
Yes.
Why?
Because that's who I asked my brother to hire, someone that was certified, which Ms. Gloucester is certified, but her workers are not.
Did Ms. Gloucester ever represent to you, or did you ever see any materials from her organization directly advertising only certified nursing assistants?
A business name that she provided.
Which is what?
Rapid Response Caregiving Services.
How does that equate to certified nursing assistants?
I don't know.
It's just what you, so you assumed?
I assumed.
Okay.
That's correct.
All right. Judge Corriera.
When did the defendant ask you to stop your service?
She didn't really ask me to stop. About March of 23,
and
she
how
just
much,
started,
if anything, did she owe you then?
Before she actually said, don't come anymore, it was like $4,000 and something. She made a final payment, and that payment took it down to like $3,637.
And when was that?
She gave me a payment like March the 10th and told me that she would make the rest of the payments. Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So why did you pay that?
I paid her the last payment of $1,500, and that was it, because I realized she wasn't doing what I asked her to do.
Did you sign an agreement?
No, Your Honor. Nothing was ever signed.
How old is she now?
96.
And how is she now?
She's great.
Okay.
I take care of her.
You take care of her?
Yes, I do.